Welcome back to my Keep Up channel. New Harry Potter castings were signed off by JK Rowling, who will give short shrift to racists complaining about Hermione. JK Rowling gave her approval to the trio cast as the new child stars of the multi-million-pound Harry Potter TV adaptation after previously giving short shrift to racists complaining about producers' picks. There has been some online backlash against what has been branded woke reinterpreting of the Wizarding franchise based on the 7 best-selling books by Rowling, 59, which prompted 8 movie versions. But the multimillionaire author yesterday gave her first public response to the new Harry Potter television casting announcement, with show business insiders suggesting she would have a key role in the new productions. The latest leading trio were finally announced this week after months of speculation, with Dominic McLaughlin landing the title role, while Arabella Stanton is set to play Hermione Granger and Alastair Stout will portray Ron Weasley. One fan took to X, formerly known as Twitter, asking Rowling to let the new recruits know how she felt about their unveiling. Rowling, who has appeared to have fractious relations lately with the original film trio, responded by declaring, "All 3 are wonderful. I couldn't be happier." She has been outspoken in the past when responding to racist trolls unhappy about previous casting of black actresses in the role of Hermione Granger. There were online barbs amid the opening of the offshoot play Harry Potter and the Cursed Child in London's West End in 2016, including Noma Dumezwini in the main young female role of Hermione. Rowling told The Guardian at the time, "With my experience of social media, I thought that idiots were going to idiot, that's the way the world is. Noma was chosen because she was the best actress for the job. When director, John Tiffany, told me he'd cast her, I said, oh, that's fabulous, because I'd seen her in a workshop and she was fabulous." Rowling's first public statement on the new casting came this week in response to a social media post that said, "At JK_Rowling at StreaminMax at Harry Potter, please tell Dominic, Arabella, and Alastair that they are already loved by the fandom and we can't wait to see the show. We wish them all the best and that they have a magic time." The 3 new leads are expected to start filming this summer after being chosen from more than 32,000 audition tapes from across the UK and Ireland. The new adaptation will be spread across 7 seasons, equal to the number of books, although there were 8 films with the final Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows split into 2 parts. The HBO TV show is said to be costing £75 million per episode, and the 3 child actors taking the lead roles have been tipped to land themselves even bigger fortunes than the original stars. Producers Francesca Gardner and Mark Mylod praised the wonderful talent of the 3 newcomers when making Tuesday's casting announcement. They said, "After an extraordinary search led by casting directors Lucy Bevan and Emily Brockman, we are delighted to announce we have found our Harry, Hermione, and Ron. The talent of these 3 unique actors is wonderful to behold, and we cannot wait for the world to witness their magic together on screen. We would like to thank all the tens of thousands of children who auditioned. It's been a real pleasure to discover the plethora of young talent out there. The talented youngsters are used to acting and all have various experiences on stage or behind the camera." Following in Daniel Radcliffe's footsteps, Dominic played Oliver Gregory in a film titled Grow, also starring Alan Carr, Golda Rocheville, and Nick Frost. Alastair, who will be taking on the role of Ron Weasley, featured in an advert for Albert Bartlett's Jersey Royal Potatoes. Arabella Stanton, the new actress playing Hermione, has previously starred in the West End in the title role in Roald Dahl adaptation Matilda the Musical, as well as playing the character Control in Andrew Lloyd Webber's Starlight Express. Arabella, who attending as a youngster the All Dance studio in the Berkshire town of Bracknell, has an Instagram page flagged as a parent-controlled account. She shared photos including her time in the Doll musical, captioned, "I started auditioning for Matilda the Musical the week after my 9th birthday and feel so lucky and honored to have spent the age of 9 being able to play Matilda Wormwood at the Cambridge Theatre, London for the Royal Shakespeare Company, and at Buckingham Palace for an extra special performance at the BBC 500 Words Final." The young trio will join A-listers John Lithgow, 79, as Albus Dumbledore, Paul Whitehouse, 67, as Argus Filch, and Nick Frost, 53, as Rubeus Hagrid. It was reported last week that this big-budget new series will be filmed in a £1 billion mini-centre, complete with its own school and medical centre. Producers have poured money into the vast new studio at Leavesden End, just outside Watford in Hertfordshire. The site will include a school for the hundreds of young actors who are committed to filming the show, while another facility is being erected for the large numbers of animals expected to feature. Emmy, Olivier, and BAFTA nominee Papa Asidou is set to play Severus Snape, who was portrayed by Alan Rickman in the films. The late Alan Rickman notably portrayed the role of the potions professor throughout Warner Bros. Harry Potter film franchise from 2001 through 2011. Rowling released the first Harry Potter novel Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in 1997, followed by Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets the following year. Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban was released in 1999, followed by Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire in 2000. 3 years later Harry Potter and the Order of the Phoenix was published and Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince in 2005. The final book, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, was released in 2007. Daniel Radcliffe took on the role of protagonist Harry Potter in the film franchise. Emma Watson played Hermione, while Rupert Grint was Ron Weasley. The first movie was released in 2001 and the final one came out in 2011. It was revealed last December that the stories were now being made into a TV series. When asked about the new versions, Radcliffe, 35, previously told comicbook.com, "My understanding is that they're trying to very much start fresh. I'm sure whoever is making them will want to make their own mark on it and probably not want to have to figure out how to get old Harry to cameo in this somewhere, so I'm definitely not seeking it out in any way. But I do wish them, obviously, all the luck in the world and I'm very excited to have that torch passed. But I don't think it needs me to physically pass it." Rowling and the 3 child stars from the film versions of the Harry Potter books have appeared at odds in recent years over her gender-critical opinions. Watson, 35, earlier this month appeared to make a pointed Instagram comment amid a debate about Rowling's online posts about transgender politics. The British actress took to social media following the Supreme Court in London ruling that in the 2010 Equality Act, the definition of the term women relates only to biological women. And while she did not refer to the judgment, her post came as more than 400 industry professionals including other actors from the Harry Potter franchise, including newly recruited Papa Asidou, signed a pro-trans open letter at odds with Rowling's approach. Supreme Court Judge Lord Hodge warned against taking the recent ruling as a triumph for any side, but gender-critical campaigners celebrated it as a victory. Rowling, who reportedly helped fund the women's rights campaign group which brought the Supreme Court case, shared a photo online from on board her superyacht puffing a cigar in celebration. She told her 14.3 million followers on X, formerly Twitter, "I love it when a plan comes together." Yet while she has been commenting at length on social media about the Supreme Court decision, fans noted the apparent silence from stars who featured in the blockbuster movie adaptations of her Harry Potter books. Watson, whose other films include The Bling Ring and Little Women, was the first to make a public statement following the Supreme Court ruling without directly addressing speculation about how she or Harry Potter co-stars felt about it. She shared on Instagram, to her 73.3 million followers, a quote from the British author Matt Haig. The message said, "To the person who said they like me best when I am not ranting about politics, I like me best when I am not ignoring fascism." While Watson, Radcliffe and Grint have not commented directly on Rowling's views in recent months, the Harry Potter author has suggested a breach between them. Rowling had appeared to aim a jibe at them earlier this year, when sharing on her X account a response to another user who asked, "What actor/actress instantly ruins a movie for you?" The writer responded, "3 guesses. Sorry, but that was irresistible." And she previously indicated in April last year she would not forgive Radcliffe nor Watson as she criticized celebrities she said had cozied up to a movement intent on eroding women's hard-won rights. On that occasion the multimillionaire author hit out at stars accused of using their platforms to cheer on the transitioning of minors after the release of the long-awaited Cass report into gender treatment in the UK. That government commission study deemed there to be remarkably weak evidence for gender-affirming techniques in children such as puberty blockers. It also said that for the majority of young people, a medical pathway may not be the best way to help when they are presenting with gender incongruence or distress. When one fan said they were just waiting for Dan and Emma Watson to offer a very public apology knowing they'd be safe in the knowledge the author would forgive them, Rowling wrote, "Not safe, I'm afraid." Celebs who cozied up to a movement intent on eroding women's hard-won rights and who used their platforms to cheer on the transitioning of minors can save their apologies for traumatized detransitioners and vulnerable women reliant on single-sex spaces. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.